G'day folks, it's time for another equipment autopsy, and tonight we have a Dell laptop model, can hardly tell, PP10L, also known as the Lattitude D510. This one's been immersed in water for quite some time. It came in at the scrapyard in the pile of cable scrap. Obviously laptop's not classified as cable scrap, so it ended up in the ed pile. Yeah, what else can I say? It's badly water damaged. I've already salvaged the RAM out of it. Remarkably, the RAM that was in it under there was completely intact. I haven't tried to get the hard drive out yet, but I think the hard drive is in there where it says to strike it with a hammer in the event of disposing of it just as a whole unit. This whole area here is called the strike zone, where you hit it with a hammer and smash the hard drive disks before you throw it in the rubbish bin, which is sort of a reasonable thing to do if you're just going to throw it out in the hard rubbish and you don't want someone getting your personal information, especially if the laptop's died, because you definitely don't want someone just pulling the hard drive out and trying to steal your identity or something. I know a lot of people don't like me recommending that you smash hard drives, but hey, a $50 hard drive is a lot better off broken than it is as a recoverable item. Hard drives aren't that damn expensive these days. I mean, seriously guys. It seems like a waste of technology, but smashing a hard drive just to secure somebody's data makes a lot more sense than letting someone else get a hold of it. Okay, Wi-Fi card, wireless internet and Ethernet and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, Intel. I've got a new light in the shed too, just up in the corner there, so I don't know if the glare is going to be a problem, but you can sort of see that fairly well. Not half bad. It's all made in China, of course. Manufacture date 11th of the 8th 2005, so it's reasonably old. Yeah, I've taken this out here. There was 1 GB of DDR2 RAM. That might be Wi-Fi actually. That was connected to an antenna, so that's probably Wi-Fi, and this is probably wireless networking. So there's 2 of those. Yeah, we'll try and crack the back casing open. Big thanks to Jason from Belts Towing for giving me this handy little multi-tool. Got various socket driver, nut driver sizes as well as bits. Only gripe is that the Torx bits are too soft. As soon as I try and undo more than a couple of screws, this Torx bit has just peened over and stripped. So apart from that, this thing's a damn nice little multi-tool. But just the bits don't seem to be hardened well enough. They're very soft. So you've got to be fairly careful how much torque you put onto them. I've already taken some of the screws out. That should be a battery, but yeah. Lithium ion, 11.1 volts, 4700 milliamp hours. Not too bad. Might have to charge that one with a Sultan battery on a 40 volt welding transformer. Lithium ions do not like critical overcharging. It tends to get fiery. I've got quite a few batteries to charge with a Sultan battery. I've got a lot of SLAs and a bunch of lithiums. Maybe even an old LiPo somewhere. LiPos get fiery. There we go, that's how you open the laptop. You can see a lot of oxide and crap from the water, where it's been sitting in water. Gunk there. It's definitely been well and truly ruined by water. Oh, I see, there were keyboard supports there. There's the problem. Take that off. Not a lot of info, just date stamps 2005. Keyboard doesn't show major signs of moisture contamination, but there is oxidation and shit in there. Yeah, you'd get intermittent key operation. None of this is really worth saving, not in the condition that it's in. There we go. There is... oh, there are screws in it. Don't worry, the panel was screwed before I started. It'd gotten so wet all the diffuser had bubbled up. There's nothing there, but the little pad of sticky stuff's covering the screw. LCDs are rather interesting when you take them apart. Not what this one's going to get. Try to knock the camera over. Both of these screwdrivers work well, but this one just seems to have a sharper tip. It doesn't quite grab these screws. This one works quite well. Just a little heavier and more awkward. Oh, a lot of screws in this display panel. Hang on. There we go. The rest of that's just metallic backing and noise suppression, and that's the Wi-Fi antenna up in there. So not much else to that one. Heat sinks, shrouding, cast alloy chassis or maybe cast magnesium. Do the flame test, see if it burns. Probably magnesium, judging by the way it's oxidized. Panels made by LG Philips LCD, so it's not a bad panel. 15-inch XGA. Yeah. There's the main driver board, little chip-on film chips. There goes the cold cathode fluorescent lamp, which is that little tubey thing in there. No, it's completely gone now. There was a CFL attached to that. There should be one in the top. Oh no. I think it's just a single tube one. So we've got backlight diffusers, middle backing panel, which isn't probably the only bit worth keeping. Nice polycarbonate panel or whatever that is, also acts as a light diffuser. Kind of interesting. Some really interesting filters in here. And the LCD itself, you can sort of see through. You get a light source behind it. There's a ton of good articles online on how liquid crystal displays actually work, and they're quite fascinating. But you can separate the two layers, and there's actually a liquefied crystal coating on them. Like, it's actually liquid, it looks like oil, and that's actually the liquid that's between the two layers. And each layer has electronic traces and things. Like, I don't know how they apply them in the factory, but they apply them somehow, and it's fairly complicated. Either way, that's the display done. The rest of the chassis, we've got a DVD ROM drive, pretty standard. Really small screws in this one. Just want to see if there's anything in there. Nope, nothing left in there. There's really not much to these. The rest of the driving electronics is on the board. A tiny little laser which is seized, it's stuck. Yeah, there's a little electronic drive board in the back there, but is not important. Okay, hard drive. It's a Fujitsu, it's an IBM drive, so it's been swapped over, 40 gigabytes, and it's an IDE drive, so it doesn't look like it's gotten badly wet. There is a bit of corrosion on the top cover, but I might be able to stuff that in one of my other laptops and see what it can do. So I'm going to keep that. Stick that in the safe pile. The rest of this, let's see what CPU it's got in it. There's no there was no stickers on it to tell me what kind of CPU this ran. It's probably a Celeron or early Core 2. Screwdriver's shit. This screwdriver just grabs these Phillips screws much better than the other one. This is the main Northbridge chip. Can't even read what that is. Let's find out what the CPU is. It's going to be a nice long video, but it doesn't matter. Let it upload overnight. Okay, it's a nice blue socket this time. It is a 1.73 2M533. Actual chip code is RH80536/740. Don't know what that actually is, I'd have to look it up. But I'm guessing it's either like a Celeron or a Pentium 4. Being 2005, I doubt it'd be a Core 2. Yeah. But that end there is just totally trashed. That was the corner that was sitting in the water. Yeah, that's the hard drive end, so that didn't get anywhere near as wet, but this end here was just sitting in water. That's why it was all wrecked. That's cast alloy or magnesium backing. The whole lot is actually. It's all backed in cast magnesium or something like that. It doesn't say. Yeah. There's not much else to this really, is it? Little smart card slot or PC card slot. It'll hold it blank. CPU cooler looks like it's intact. Yeah, neat little CPU cooler. That's about done for that one, I think. Take the rest of these expansion slot holders out. That's just for that little expansion card holder. So yeah, that's about it. Just quickly, we'll see. It's incredibly light. It could be cast alloy, but also could be magnesium. Where's my blowtorch? Don't try this in your bedroom because burning magnesium is very hard to put out. Yep, that's magnesium. That is bloody bright. If you cool it down quick enough, it'll go out. But if you let it burn on something, it'll keep going, and if you throw water on it, it's just going to go bang and just scatter everywhere. So whatever the hell you do, don't muck around with magnesium inside your house. Do it out in the workshop or somewhere where you can contain it, cool it down quick enough. Throw some sand or CO2 on it. I've got a couple of big CO2 fire extinguishers handy, so yeah, that's actually magnesium. I figured it was light enough, and judging by the level of oxidization on it, it's this whole bottom panel's magnesium. So we'll have to crunch that one up and do something fun with it. Anywho, that's the end of that video, so thanks for watching.